Hey y'all, welcome to Intention 1111. Tonight I'm going to be doing a collective warm-up read. I wanted to say thank you to everybody who views the videos and interacts with the channel. I appreciate y'all. If you'd like to book a personal read with me, you can reach me at whereyourintentions at intentions1111.com, or you can reach me at thejezebelway@gmail.com. So, let's kind of see. We have that new moon in Virgo. I always think Earth sign moons are like the most hardcore moons for some reason. They just snap you back into reality, right? Well, let's see what we got going on for the collective. Let's do what's in their head, or how do they see you kind of read. Signs, synchronicity, symbols, angel numbers, bad habits. I keep getting this a lot when I use these cards. Stress. Two-faced. Okay, well that ain't starting out good. Crying over you. In my head. Okay, well somebody's going through it clearly. Okay, somebody is having some issues. Maybe you're a bad habit, collective. Maybe you are the bad habit. Sometimes I feel like people for us can act like addictions, right? Sometimes we get addicted to people, or we get addicted to the idea of people, right? So that's what I'm wondering here. Somebody's returning to some bad habits of maybe some obsessive behavior, right? Because they go through these bouts where, you know, every now and again they're okay with going on about things, and then boom, they get hit and triggered, right? They either get triggered by their own behavior, they get triggered by a memory of you, or they get triggered some way. Maybe synchronicities are triggering. I know a lot of times, sometimes I'll get triggered by a name or by a specific place, right? Somebody's in their head over you, and they feel like they're trying to fight this idea, this memory of you, but looks like to me they're having a hard time getting a hold of it. So let's see kind of what's going on here. I got me some bootleg cards off of Temu, y'all. They're like little bitty, but that's okay. It's all about the skill with it, right? Not the size. Yeah, King of Coins, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, perhaps, is in transformation about the situation. Two of Cups, thinking about the relationship, right? You got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here. You got Scorpio-specific energy here. So somebody's going through it. It's like a back and forth type of energy here, right? On one hand, they're like, you know, I got to stop these bad habits. I got to stop being in my head about this person. I got to quit this crap. And then on the other hand, they are thinking of you. They are reminiscing about times that have passed. And I feel like, you know, they end up in defense of themselves. At the end of the day, they kind of end up in defense of their own actions, good or bad. And they go through it. They go through it. When they get triggered by you, they go through it. But they also gravitate between their actions, what fantasy they have in their head about the situation or would like to have seen happened, and what broke you guys up, right? And then they try to bring those two worlds together in the end. It's just kind of a bizarre feeling. It's like an obsession. Somebody has an obsession. Lacking in relationship, lacking moving forward. Very masculine energy. Got a lot of masculine type energy here. So their bad habit here in this situation is that they gravitate, right? They gravitate toward you when they get triggered. They allow themselves to live in this delusion in their head. And really, it's not a matter of like a mental health crisis or a delusion like that. It's like, it's deep regret and wishing that something would have been much different than it is, and that they feel as though it should have been different. This should have turned out differently, right? So they try to make their balance. They try to make the best of what is moving forward. But they never wind up any other place than this. Stress and confusion, right? It never gives them any peace. They never have any peace about this situation. So for those of you out there, know what I'm talking about. It resonates with you. You've left this person. Granted, you know, you had to probably, but leaving this person with deep regret. Deep regret and confusion about what might have been, and they gravitate back toward that every now and again. Let's see how they see you. How does this person see the collective? You've got very big water sign energy here, okay? Lots of water sign energy in this read, which, you know, if it's not an energy of a specific person, right? It's the energy of the situation. And these cups are all about big emotions, some confused emotions, some stressful emotions. But these three particular cards are in the reverse, right? And they're all cup cards. So these are all sort of negative, heavy, burdensome emotions, right? Here, the King of Cups, major, big-time emotions, but when it's in the reverse, I feel like this is an attitude of not holding back, of not accepting the loss of something, of not accepting how the past panned out. They're just not accepting it anymore. So you might get ready for some incoming something with this person, right? Because they are not accepting this. Whatever way this turned out for you guys, they are simply not going to accept that. So get ready for that. Let's see how they're feeling about you. How does this person feel? Yeah. What they had wasn't enough to offer. This may have been when you guys, for some of you out there, this is an energy here of sort of a time in youth, right? A time when you may have been younger. Or this could indicate that their intentions at the time were not enough. The maturity level was not enough. You, this person, may not have been enough for you at the time when you needed them to be this big energy here, this King of Cups. They know that. They're realizing that they weren't quite enough. But they are not letting go. This is holding on and not walking away. You could be dealing with Pisces also. I've got Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio very heavy through this read. Let's see what they what do they expect from you? What does this person expect from the collective? Communication. Again, they want some sort of progression. They want a conversation to move this feeling away from them. They want this conversation to progress the energy between the two of you. Maybe to stir it up, right? Maybe to stir it up. Like that Bob Marley song, Stir It Up, right? I think that they anticipate there may be a level of rejection. They don't have a lot of faith that it will progress, but that's what they expect from you. They don't have a lot of faith in reaching you in this fashion, but they're desperate. This is an energy of desperation, right? They're desperate to talk to you. They're desperate for you to hear what they have to say. They're desperate for this conversation to progress. Let's see, what are their intentions? What are the intentions of this person to the collective? They're not going to defend themselves. They're not going to try to defend themselves. So hopefully, and their intention is not to sabotage you in any way, right? Even though they may trigger you. But their intention is to take it, basically. They're not going to try to defend themselves. Lots of 10s. Okay, lots of 10s in here. 10 meaning completion and beginning at the same time. They're not going to try and defend, which lends me to believe that they're willing to take some accountability at this point. Yeah, they know they deserve it. Whatever it is that they did or didn't do here, they know they deserve every bit of whatever it is you have to say to them, right? Queen of Cups and King of Cups now, a couple on the same wavelength. They know that you're not nurturing, right? You're not in love with this situation anymore. You've moved on, I think, because you had no choice. Again, because this person wasn't what you needed at the time. They couldn't be what you needed. They couldn't even be what they needed, probably, of themselves. But they're seeing here, again, Piscean energy. They're seeing here, and this is also, for you guys out there, a feminine energy who's not been allowed to be in feminine energy. This is a feminine energy who's had to take on masculine energy in order to survive, because maybe at this point, this person here, they either weren't old enough, they weren't mature enough, but they were not the masculine energy that this feminine needed at the time, right? And I don't care, we're all independent women here, and it doesn't matter the sex. We're all independent. We all pay our own bills at this point. We're all doing what we need to do to get by in the world, and we don't have time to drag somebody behind us. But I will tell you that sometimes it's nice for a masculine energy to be able to take the lead in something. And I'm not talking about controlling, manipulative energy. I'm talking about, hey, let me help you out. Hey, you know what? I've got the other end of this thing. Let's, let me help you with something. Let me do something, right? Let me lighten your load a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that if it's in the appropriate, correct, healthy way. But here, this person has not been able to rely on this energy here, this masculine energy, to help carry the load, right? To help even support emotionally, it looks like here. They know that you're not going to be in a position, or maybe you won't listen to them. There may be an idea of, they know they feel like you're going to reject them, right? But they're desperate, right, in the hope that this conversation will move this energy forward and this negative energy away from them, right? So let's see what you can expect, collective, from this potential conversation. Yeah. I think that you're going to side-eye it. I don't think that you're going to trust it. You're single, you're paying your own bills, you're doing your own thing. This takes you back to a place maybe that you weren't so proud of yourself. You got to forgive yourself for putting up with less than what you deserved. Virgo energy here. And I don't think you're gonna give it much attention. But there's something here that enlightens you to the situation. So let's see what that's about. Show me the Hangman. Mm-hmm. You do see a difference, and you are judging the situation against a maturity level, against the work that you have seen them put in. And you feel like there are options here now. There may be options here. And so you'll have a decision to make. A decision whether or not you want to move forward, whether or not this is solid. Maybe there's been some maturity in this person. Again, you're a bad habit for them. They have not forgiven themselves for not being what they needed to be, not only for you, but for themselves, right? So they have to forgive themselves. You have to forgive yourself for allowing yourself to put up with less than what you deserved, right? But there's definitely room for healing. There's been some maturity. There's been some growth here. You have to make a decision regarding whether or not you want to move forward. But I think your boundary here is that if you do make the decision to move forward, you're expecting solidity. You're expecting commitment. You're expecting maturity out of this person, right? They are desperate to move this energy. Desperate. So let's see if we can get a advice card here. Show me some advice for the collective. Discernment, 10. Again, another 10, right? Power, standing in your power. Sometimes the universe brings something back around to see if we are, we say learned our lesson, but to see if we've progressed, if we've grown enough to see things for what they are, if we've grown enough to forgive ourselves for dealing with less than what we deserved. So you're standing in your power now. This is coming back around to you as a karmic lesson, right? For you to use your discernment, not to be cloudy in the mind, and to face your fear about this situation. You're abundant. You can move forward being abundant. 11, new path. 11:22, master builder. 11:11, and new beginnings. Blossoming. So the only person who slows your blossoming down is you. We don't have to run away from this person and run in fear that they're going to knock us back into a place in which we felt powerless, because we have our power now. You can confront the situation and make your decisions accordingly. So, collective, that's what I have for you guys, and I'll see y'all later.